VTV Channel 6. Live high school football coverage in high definition. Presented by L&L Motor, Ashley Regional, The Advisor Group, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics, and Strata Networks.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Altamont, where VTV presents Uinta Basin High School football action. The Altamont Longhorns host Monticello. And Brian, with me, Brian Nilsson. I'm Mark Mason. And Brian, we've got two programs. You know, they've struggled a little bit this year, but they're looking forward to this game. It's an in-region game.
Yeah, fairly evenly matched teams. Altamont having a rough start here. 0-5 coming in tonight's game. With the visiting Monticello Buckaroos, they are coming in with a 2-4 record. Some of the keys to the game on the Altamont side, they're going to tackle well. They've had a hard time wrapping up their wrapping up their competition in weeks previous. Communicate there at the line of scrimmage and score in the red zone. They've had a hard time capitalizing when getting into the red zone.
Yeah, and Monticello wants to win in the trenches. You know, it's always done with the guys up front. Limit the mistakes and know your assignments, you know, especially when you get a running attack program coming at you. Who are you assigned? You know, stay with him, don't get blocked, fight through, get to your assignment. So it looks like it'll be a good game. I want to thank everyone that's watching live on strata.tv and want to remind everyone that this game will be rebroadcasted, on VTV Cable Channel 6 and in high definition on Cable Channel 706. Visit our website, VTV Channel 6, for the season broadcast schedule.
Speaking of our schedule coming up, we have a game after tonight. We're going to come to you next week at Union as they host Carbon. After that, we're going back to Uinta, and then closing this broadcast schedule at Altamont as they have Altamont takes on Duchesne. At
Duchesne. Yeah,
so, get that out.
But that Carbon Union game ought to be a doozy. Those are two programs on the rise. And last week, Union went down to Emory and laid the beat down on Emory, 49-7. You know, so
they've had a good season there.
Yeah, Nick Smith with 5 touchdowns. So to kick off, the Longhorns will kick off. That means they'll get the ball in the second half.
Onside kick,
and handled by the big fella for Monticello right up the middle. Now you notice that the Longhorns do that a lot. They kick onsides. They go for it on 4th down. They're a very aggressive, you know, a team that way, and I like it. I like the calls, and that just says to your defense, you know, you got a short field.
Yeah.
Stiffen up.
Yeah, exactly. They have a lot of confidence in their defense. Obviously, you don't want to pin them deep. The ball right about midfield. About the 46-yard line, the Buckaroos will take over on 1st down. Number 3 for Monticello. Malloy under center. Hands right up the middle. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Gain of about 1.5. It's like Wesley Thompson.
That'll bring up 2nd now and about 7.
Pace there on the stop.
Of all the logos in the basin, Brian, I think my favorite helmet is the Longhorns.
Yeah.
I really like that design. I like it. It's clean. It's crisp. The Longhorns, they play a fun brand of football. There's another
Number
run
3 right up the middle.
For a few yards.
Number 26 on the carry, Thomas Anderson.
This feels like one of those moments where you just say, to heck with it. We're coming up the middle. You know we're coming up the middle. Let's see if you can stop us. Just one of those we dare you moments, you know, in coaching. So, you know, they call the fullback that 30 dive. Go, go, go.
That stomp going, huh?
So
coming out with a 4-4 front. A few linebackers right up the middle. They're going to go to the pass this time. He's got pressure, number 54. 64 from the back and brings him down.
And here comes the flag, and that's going to be the intentional grounding.
64, TJ McKenna with the pressure that time. Watch the pursuit. He gets right through the line, kind of the outside linebacker.
That's a timing route. and he had the guy coming out. He did the little flare route. The tight end went right in the flat, and it has to be 2 steps and throw, and he didn't make the throw, and then the Longhorns just come right after him.
Nice pressure there.
So
fourth down and 20 to go.
The spot of the foul there, so it'll be 4th and about 20.
Oh, and then they had
the bringing on the kicking team. Add the penalty onto it from where the foul was. So
from the spot of the foul.
4th and a bunch, so they'll bring on the kicking team. Prepare to kick this away.
Yeah, and who do we have back to receive? We have
the Longhorns.
Number 14, I believe.
Is it number 14? No, number 14.
15,
number 15. Corey Scholes, freshman. Ball high, but doesn't go very far.
Oh, gets a bounce.
Oh,
he touches it.
Yeah, that's going to be
back to the
Buckaroos. And there's your limit your mistakes.
Yeah,
you know, that conversation we had on the keys of the game. And here's a ball that just doesn't need to be touched. It's high. It doesn't go but 20 yards in the air.
Well, I'm sure in his head he's probably thinking he doesn't want to get any more yardage down the field, but that ball comes squirting out, and
yeah, he does the right thing. He tries to get on it, but he gets down too quick, hits his shoulder pads, bounces out, and there's Monticello saying, "Hey, we're lucky Buckaroos today."
1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Pitched out to number 23. He's got blockers. Gets around to the outside, but finally brought down.
Never looked like he ever tried to get north and south. He just kind of ran laterally, and that's a good extension by the defense, making that, just making the corner never available. And you can see right here he's looking.
Good job there, penetrating, and then he gets his guys downfield. Is that number 9, Harrison, Brock Harrison? He's the guy, the initial hit there. He took out his block, broke up the play, and allowed his teammates to get down and make the tackle. 2nd and 9 now.
They go.
Little pitcher on this side. Great open field tackle, number 15.
Riley Foy was in on that too. Riley Foy is a senior, and he's been a fixture here for the Longhorns for a lot of years. And you see them get around here, and here comes Foy, head full of steam, and assisted, like you say. Corey Scholes got him. Got him low, Foy got him high.
3rd and about 3 now for the Buckaroos. Quarterback right up the middle, quarterback draw. I don't know if he got it though. It's going to be short to bring up a big 4th down, 4th and about a yard.
It's going to be about 4th and 1 now for the Buckaroos. Middle of that line.
Well, that's a good stop. And it's kind of a tricky play by the Buckaroos. They get up there, they hesitate. Looks like they're almost trying to get that offside call, and then just boom, real quick. You think he's got it, but a heads-up play by the nose tackle and the middle linebacker to stuff that. But lining up 4th, and this is one of the most spread we've seen from the Buckaroos with 2 receivers out.
Right up the middle, number 23 off the right guard. He gets the 1st down.
Well, the Buckaroos haven't done.
Got the 1st down.
Just did get it. They give it to him by about a half a yard, it looks like, Brian. So you think about what the Buckaroos have done here. They've only gained 11 yards on this drive, but it was a turnover,
field
really.
Position.
Yeah.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you by L&L Motor. People you know, people who care. Become our fan and like us on Facebook. We enter for drawings. Again, all these great replays are brought to you tonight by L&L Motors here in Roosevelt. Hands off to the middle, left side.
He goes down, no gain there.
Brought down by number 33 that time. Abbott, Austin Abbott.
Stop. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for Monticello.
Yeah, one of the fun things about coming out here to Altamont, Brian, we were talking about that. You come out and there's more horse trailers in the parking lot than there is cars.
More cows than people.
Yeah, this is great. The Buckaroos with the Bucking Bronco out there. 3 receivers to the outside.
Screen
Here
play.
comes the rush screen, and there's going to be no one to tackle him.
He's got the corner, and he's off to the races. That'll begin for 6. Yeah, they just bit hard on that.
somebody's got to stay down. But we had 5 Longhorns break through the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Eldridge wide open, and then he just got some good seal right there.
Yeah, it's
and
the wide receiver block. There was only 2 people that had a chance. And with the good blocking downfield for the Buckaroos, they score 6-0.
They'll set up for the PAT.
That was
Number
an
20,
interesting
Talon
setup.
Black.
He took a
Whoa,
one.
that ball went straight up, but good for set.
No good.
Oh no, it
No
went to
good.
the right side.
Yeah,
It was so
he hooked
high
it.
above the upright, though. It's hard to tell.
Well, that was an interesting. Usually you see guys, they do that soccer approach where it's 3 steps back and 2 steps over.
Yeah.
He took 1 giant step straight backwards.
Just one step. And
He's the
kick.
old, it's the old blunt toe kick style. And sometimes when you toe punch it, it has a tendency to drift to the left or the right, and it sure did in that case. No one on the Longhorn side is going to complain. You see this 1 step, pop, and he got plenty of air on it.
This went to the right. It's hard.
Yeah, so
7:35 left in this first quarter. Score 6-0 in favor of Monticello.
today's game is brought to us by the Advisor Group, Financial Planning, Benefit Package, Insurance or Retirement Plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group.
Let's see if Monticello has the same play call. If they're going to do a little squid kick or an onside, or if they're going to kick them deep.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to catch the Longhorns on surprise here on an onside. That's what they practice. That's what they do. You know. So here comes.
5-man.
Gets a
kind of a
chip.
chip. Oh man! Oh no! Monticello got the ball
They got
again.
another one. You're going to see on the L&L motor replay.
Two guys both tried to get on that ball, and that.
Well, here's that chip, and this is an effective onside kick because there's not a lot of people right here. The ball gets up in the air. One guy gets his hand on it.
Then the other guy
Gets
falls
up.
on it.
It gets out from underneath it, but can't get it.
Man.
And here go the Buckaroos at the 35-yard line again.
Talk about a stroke of bad luck.
Yeah, 2 blown special teams plays. Big hole early for the Altamont Longhorns.
Well, exact same field position they started the last series in. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line of the Longhorns. In the shotgun, looking to pass this time. Has a man downfield, has his man beat by his footstep, and he's got it in for 6. Well, what a great throw and catch there.
I guess if you have a turnover and you're on the 35-yard line, you say with yourself, why the heck not? And here's a 7-step drop, cocks and loads, and it's perfectly timed.
Torres right there. Not bad coverage by the defense, but just a better throw and catch.
Yeah, what are you going to do when the guy is, when you miss it by an inch and it drops into the bread basket? And like you say, Andrew Torres with the score. And that makes the score 12-0. So here's that 1 step back. And then we'll see what happens. See if he has a.
Oh, no, it's a fake.
Here's
Looking
a
to pass. He has his place.
And that's going to be caught.
Did he get it?
For
I
2.
think he did.
Yes, he did.
So they make up the difference there.
Well, the passing game so far for the Buckaroos is winning because they've scored here quickly, and then they pick up the missed extra point. And there's a little discussion still going on down there, but I don't think there's any doubt about it. Watch on the LML motor replay. It goes a direct snap to the kicker.
Been easier if he drifted out to this guy.
Yeah, and he throws up a prayer.
Back across it.
and the Longhorns can't recover in time. There on the coverage, number 15, Corey Scholes. We've called his number a number of times already.
Well, Coach Wilcox has got to be giving him an earful right now and saying, guys, get on the ball, Yeah. Enough fumbling to get this ball around. Let's just get on it, get our offense on the field, and let's see what we can do.
Well, anytime you see a coach barking like what we just saw on the TV screen there with the head bobbing down, it's not pleasant.
Not good. Well, because they've received a penalty on that PAT, they're going to be a little bit of a disadvantage on this kickoff here. Monticello spotted 10 yards. Or 15, excuse me.
And Brian, if you're kicking off from the 45-yard line, why not try an onside kick right here?
Yeah.
Just load up one side. I mean, I'm trying to imagine a scenario where that would hurt them. because they, a worst case, give the Longhorns the ball at the 35-yard line. And there's the outside kick.
I think he got it this time. I was going to say, if he fumbled this one.
He sure did it. And this time it was Dylan Good that got the reception, or that caught the ball. And Dylan's thinking to himself, if I drop this,
he just saved
I'm just going to walk off, watch it go off, exit stage left. I'm never coming back. But he caught it. And so the Longhorns, for the first opportunity of the night with the ball in their hands, down 14-0.
7:19 still left in this first quarter. Altamont takes over 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
In the traditional set that you see from the Longhorns, here comes the motion, and there's going to be a false start.
Yeah, it's
too many people in motion.
Bodell Jessen.
False start on the Longhorns. I'll back them up 5.
Quarterbacks for the Longhorns. Like I said, just had a little bit of movement for us, so they'll replay the down after a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 on the 30-yard line.
Well, Strata Networks is proud to partner with VTV to provide live coverage of high school sports. Live stream of tonight's game can be found at strata.tv, powered by Strata Networks.
Jessen under center, sends a man in motion. Number 15 gives it to that man. They're on this near side. He has some blockers, but wasn't able to follow them.
On the right side, he's going to be stopped.
Scholes there.
Well, it's the middle linebacker for the Buckaroos who causes the damage there. And he gets through, and just about the same time, the block from the wide receiver on the far right side of the offense can't hold any longer. And here's that linebacker, follows and gets through, and then, like I say, the block from number 1 for the Longhorns.
He had some blockers, but like I said, he just wasn't on their back
2nd and 15, no gain
like
on
he
that.
might have should have been. So 2nd and 15 as the Longhorns come to the ball. Jessen again under center. Riley Foy in the backfield. He's going to give it to Foy, but not before a penalty. We'll see what they call here. I'm sure it's
Dead ball foul, false start again.
mark him back another 5. So 2nd and 20 now for Longhorns. Having a hard time with those penalties tonight. Harrison bringing in the play. Shares it with Jessen and the boys. They'll bring the ball up to the line of scrimmage. Jessen in center, he's got a single to the near side. Foy in the backfield with him. Sends Shields and another jump.
Looks like we jumped again.
We're going to be on the goal line pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll have to start cutting it down to 2.5 yards here in a minute if they don't tighten up the ship. 3 straight false start penalties makes it 2nd and 25. And the Longhorns going the wrong way.
2nd and 25 now for the Longhorns. 6:15 left, first quarter. Jessen under center. Sends Scholes in motion. He's going to look to pass downfield. Has his Foy in the flats. He's got back to the original line of scrimmage and then some, about a 20-yard gain on that catch.
About 20 yards there.
Boy, and Riley Foy runs the perfect pattern. He gets up and underneath and then makes that move out, and there is nobody in the flat to cover him. And off he goes and just runs out of real estate.
Yeah.
You think he's going to make it. If he hadn't had to deal with that sideline, he'd gone to the house. Well, you know, a lot of times the sideline keeps you from going to the house, but
sometimes.
But it was close. If he'd had another 2 feet of room to work with, he might have made it. So that makes it 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and about 5.
Right up the middle this time to Foy again, trying to get that corner.
And I think he got it.
I don't know. We'll see where he's finally driven out of bounds, if he was able to get that one or not.
Yeah, it's going to be close. He was hit in the backfield. You'll see on the L&L motor replay. Watch this. Right away, he gets the ball, and its own guy pushed back by number 69. Hit again when he hits the line of scrimmage. Lowers his shoulders.
Yeah, I think he was about a yard short.
very close to the first down.
Yeah, and you know the Longhorns are going to go for it in this situation. They're already down 14-0. It's homecoming night. They want to do what they do, and here comes the play from Brock Harrison to the huddle. And what do you do here, Brian? Do you make a big strike, or you just pick up the first down?
I think you just pick up the first down, dude.
Yeah, just sometimes everyone's expecting that. That opens up some of the stuff.
Jessen's under center. They're bringing pressure there. And he will do a dive. He just looked like he went off the nose guard.
Ball goes up the middle.
Number 20.
Riley Foy will get the first down.
He got the first down, and the Longhorns facing a second and 25. They convert on that series, and now they're in business right about midfield. And we have a timeout to the Longhorns. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after the timeout.
Hey, Uinta Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Welcome back, everyone, to Altamont. The Longhorns down 14-0, but driving. Dug an early hole on this series and found a way out of it on the shoulder pads of Riley Foy. Then a quick timeout with 4:59 left. I'm not sure what the timeout was for. What did you see something out on the field? It was quickly called by the coaches. They weren't down on the play clock or anything. The conversion, then a quick call.
Yeah, if they weren't expecting the conversion or what. Foy again to the near side. Stiff arms his first and second guy. Oh, and wrapped up hard by number 23 that time for the Buckaroos, Eldridge.
He crosses midfield, though, and that's strong running by Foy. He's on his own. You'll see on the replay, here comes the pitch, and he gets outside. He's got two guys to beat, and does with his strength and speed, and then gets hit right in that thigh, that thigh pad. Thank goodness it's there. You take a helmet to the thigh, and
the dead leg.
You get to stand up in the morning after that, and you fall on the floor in your bedroom. But
2nd and 6. This time the same play to number 15. Scholes.
Give it to Corey Scholes.
Corey Scholes goes up, the sophomore, and he kind of stepped. He didn't commit. You'll watch on the replay. He comes back on this replay, and he just chop, and doesn't. There's a hole if he could have cut back sooner and driven down to the turf hard by number 23, Cole Eldridge, the senior for the Buckaroos.
3rd and 7 now for the Longhorns.
Well, Brian, across the way here in the basin, we have the 4-1 Cougars taking on Morgan, and this is a big region game. And we just got a note that the Cougars intercepted a pass and ran it back for a touchdown.
Looking deep, number 12 almost intercepted that time.
Almost intercepted, but Riley Brayman comes back to that ball and makes it interesting. It was underthrown, and with double coverage, he came back, and I thought he had a good chance at it. You'll see here on the L&L Motor replay, time for the quarterback to throw, and he puts a lot of air underneath it, and then Brayman comes back.
And actually, at least he broke it up, if nothing else.
And in better position to make the catches, the quarterback and also defensive back Malloy for the Buckaroos.
4th down now, like you said. Altamont looking to go for it. 4th and about 7.
Yeah, they go for it on midfield. 4th. They onside kick. That's just their game plan. It's not a surprise. We know it's coming. So does the other team. Everyone that's played Altamont before knows it's here.
89 in motion. Oh, no, he keeps the ball.
Oh, I thought he had it.
It's almost like some miscommunication, like he was expecting one more back to come and offer to take the ball, but when it didn't happen, he just cuts it up, tries to make something. Looked like he was supposed to follow that guy, Foy, and was a little late. So they'll turn over on downs. 1st and 10 now for Monticello.
It's almost the worst field possession Monticello's had all game.
Yeah, they've been down in the 35 of Altamont so far. So they're pushed back to their own territory. 47-yard line. Up the middle, number 23, Eldridge.
Up the middle, breaks some tackles.
And that's how you win in the trenches. You fight through your front five against theirs.
And
he gets a first down.
First down here on the L&L Motor replay. Right there's the initial contact, and then there's a arm tackle by Foy, and he doesn't wrap up. In to clean up the job was number 52, Wesley Thompson, one of the captains for the Longhorns.
First and 10 for the Buckaroos. On the 40-yard line, Eldridge back up the middle.
Give up the middle again.
This time slammed hard by Foy.
Foy took care of business.
2-yard gain.
That tackle brought to you by Ashley Regional. Ashley Regional, where you can receive quality orthopedic services.
That guy almost need orthopedic surgery after being slammed.
Or at least a chiropractor, huh?
Yeah, slammed him pretty good.
Foy picks him up and puts him down. That's 2 points for the takedown.
2nd and 6 now, 2:30 left in the first quarter. Monticello leading 14-0 here at homecoming.
Looks to throw in the flat, has a man wide open.
21.
Foy tracks him down.
Foy's
flat is good for about 10 yards. Foy out there for the stop.
Getting lots of grass stains on his jersey.
Yeah, you knew Foy was going to be a big part of this game. He always is. He sees the pass going out there. He's a little late reacting. By the time he reacts, they've already got the first down, but he saves more yardage, and who knows, depending on who would have been there to help, potentially even a touchdown.
1st and 10 now for the Buckaroos. High snap brought down Eldridge, and Foy right there when he gets the ball.
Foy and about 7 of his best friends just sniffed that one out, and it goes nowhere, Brian.
Got it. So big, a nice play there by the defense.
That's just swarmed to the ball tackling.
2nd and 10.
Got a signal here.
Minute 40, they'll spot the ball.
There they go. Had the clock stop for just half a second, then he spotted the ball and he's ready to go. So up to the line for the Buckaroos. What do they got? 3 to the left side here?
Yeah, trips to the near side in the shotgun formation. Looking to pass, got a guy wide open, number 12. Miscommunication there. We had 3 guys. Looked like they did some crossing patterns, and it allowed the defense to bite on all that crossing and allowed number 12 to just scoot right underneath.
Yeah, number 12 lines up on the far outside of the pattern, and he just goes 2 yards deep on his pattern.
Look at all these guys. They all
Everyone went deep. Well, the farthest guy on the outside goes shallow, and he crosses the finish line before he runs into Skulls. But by that time, he'd scored the touchdown. So I like this setup. I'm going to try punting the ball like this. I mean, that's a one big giant step backwards, and he gets it up, and that one is good.
You know, it would be better if you just didn't move at all. You just cocked your leg back and didn't step, and then just kicked right into it.
Kind of robot.
I bet you'd have that move patented. I don't think anybody would want to mimic you at all.
Today's game brought to us by Moon Lake Electric, in operation since 1938, owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned. Well, that's the best way to get water right there, Brian.
What's
no water boys,
pretty
they
girl.
got water girls, you know. Now, right now, they don't feel too happy about the situation. They're down 21-0, but yeah. So 21-0, 126 left in the first period, and it's the short fields for Monticello that's doing most of the work for them. And that passing game has been effective. Good play calls and good execution by the Buckaroos.
Yeah, rough start for Altamont here on homecoming 2014. Having a rough start of things, but they could turn things around. Still lots of game ahead of them. Foy looks to be finding his stride, so we'll see what they do here on this possession. 20 up to kick Black, Talon Black to kick. Got Foy in the backfield to receive. They're going to try to kick it deep. It's right in that sweet spot, and it's going to go out of bounds. The flag will come out.
That will go out of bounds.
Put the ball at the 35-yard line. Not a bad start for the Longhorns. With 1:26 left, they've got to get something going here in the first period. Just start moving it, getting it down, get it down the Buckaroos side of the field. Get something going before the second quarter starts.
If they can rein in the penalties that's been haunting them this first quarter, I think they could make a stand here, as they've got a lot of yardage, but it just seems to be taken away about every other down. 1st and 10 now on the 35-yard line. Jessen looking downfield, nobody there. Oh, sends it back, but covered very well.
Jessen was under duress almost from the moment he turned around. Here comes number 69, Jose Santana, and he looks for maybe a design little screen, but it was well covered. He just chucks it at the feet of his intended receiver, make sure nobody can pick six that and go the other direction.
2nd and 10 now for the Longhorns. Minute 16 left in the first. Looking to pass to make up much needed yardage, but I think they were more effective on the ground. Scholes goes in motion. Right up the middle to Foy. He's got time. He's got a blocker downfield. And there's a little holding they're going to call. Number 1 is going to be called for the holding. He's getting an earful from Coach Wilcox.
Well, we're going to watch it on the L&L Motor replay and see what happens, because you see what happens. Foy gets the ball, absorbs that original contact, and around the corner he goes.
It wasn't even bad, but look at the jersey. That's when you know. See how that?
Yeah, the jersey came off the shoulder pads. He definitely had a handful, and it's a spot foul. So from where the flag's laying on the turf is where they'll mark the 10 off.
And it will be a hold called on the Longhorns.
So there goes the first down. But it'll make it a short yardage.
Down and about 5 for the Longhorns. So make it 4 for the Longhorns.
Yeah, 2nd down and 4 now. Longhorns.
By the Longhorns on that play.
I like what the Longhorns did. They got up, they got their play called. They're at the line of scrimmage, and it's let's get going. Let's get it right back. Here comes the motion. It's a double play.
89
outside.
drug down from the backfield.
Well, he tried to get around. That's Riley Thacker trying to get in. Coming in from that tight end position, it's a true reverse here, because they go in one direction, and Scholes hands it off. He's got 2 blockers, but in that case, he got tackled basically by the block from Austin Abbott. One of the captains pushed the guy he was blocking right into the path of the runner. So,
a big third down. Yeah, no gain. 3rd and about 6 now for the Longhorns. Jessen under center. Sends a man in motion. Looking to pass downfield. Has number 1 open, but opts to keep it tripped up by his shoelace by number 16. He falls forward for about 3. He had number 1 open, but it didn't.
Yeah, he never did. I mean, he didn't even, I don't think he had his eyes that far downfield. And like you say, 1 for the Longhorns. And we don't have a name for number 1. We'll have to get that from the booth.
That'll run out the first quarter. So the score after the first, 21-0 in favor of the visiting Monticello Buccaneers. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
Are you a busy mom like me with so little time, juggling so many different things, that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind? You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part: it's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know, people who care.
Welcome back to Altamont for this VTV production of UNA Basin High School Sports. The Altamont Longhorns down to the Monticello Buckaroos 21-0, but driving the ball and going for a fourth down.
Jump.
And they get the offsides jump, Brian.
That's going to
Good enough for a first down.
A first down.
Like I said, maybe this second quarter things will go their way because the first was all about penalties.
Sometimes you just have to weather the storm. You have that game where everything that possibly could go wrong does. And hopefully for the Longhorns, that's what happened in the first period. And if they've weathered that storm and can kind of get some momentum build up, the Buckaroos scored 21 in a period. Why can't we?
Oh, that double reverse this time, but just too late to develop and too much penetration there. Number 15 Scholes with the carry, but it just took too long to develop, and that defensive line is just getting...
Yeah, when you have a play that takes that long to develop and you're getting that kind of penetration, you know, you've got to make the quick cuts. You've got to make the one cut and go downhill. And now 2nd and 18 for the Longhorns. Today's game brought to us by Pilot Logistics. An all-new DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics card lock in Naples. Stop in and fill up with the convenience of a pump at Pilot Logistics.
2nd and 15 for the Longhorns. So they try to turn things around here. Looking downfield, has his Foy wide open, back to the line of scrimmage, gain of about 5 on the play.
It's about 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, maybe he gets a yard positive. So we're 2nd and 18. That'll make it 3rd and 9 on a nice play. And an update for the Union game. Union leads 7-0. The only score in the game being that defensive interception.
Nice pickup there for the Longhorns.
Boy, Floyd looked like he's trying to cut back and lost his feet.
Yeah, it gets slick out there. That dew in these fall nights starts setting in pretty heavy. You don't have some big spikes, you'd slip out from under you. 3rd and 9 now. Jessen looking downfield, looking for Foy. Opts to keep it again, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Odell gets up the middle for about a yard to midfield.
That'll bring up 3rd down, or 4th down.
4th and about 8.
4th down, we'll see what they got in their bag of tricks here. They got a lot of yardage last time. Weren't able to come up with it and turned over on downs. Even a hard snap is not going to give them a first down this time. As they bring in the play, we march at the 9:50 mark. Back to the line of scrimmage they come. Foy in the backfield. Jessen under center. He looks to pass, has a guy downfield, airs it out, comes back to the ball, almost, and then it's intercepted.
And I think he was kind of surprised that he intercepted the ball, because did you see him hold it up afterwards?
Like, oh, look what I got.
Hey, that's number 22, Parker Lewis. And you see what happens. It's the same kind of pass that we've had before from Bodell Jessen. It's up in the air, and it's just about anyone's ball, and he catches it, and then he holds the ball up. Oh, he's trying to keep his feet in bounds. So an interception, but you know what, Brian? That's better than a punt.
Yeah, they got it deeper.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4th down. Somebody on the Monticello side screwed up by not telling this guy to knock the ball down, you know, because that's the worst field position they've had all night, starting at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Buckaroos. Trips to this far near side. Hands it up, number 23 up the middle left. Breaks a few tackles and then some. Finally, Foy gets him and bear tackles him.
Yeah, Parker Lewis comes around and Foy stands him straight up, and he's just, excuse me, it was Cole Eldridge that ran this ball.
He sheds a tackle there, another one. Finally, Foy picks him up, tries to strip out the ball. He even gets past him almost.
Yeah.
And coming rocked by his teammate. Good enough for a first down, though. 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. 9-minute mark here. Altamont High is there, hosting the visiting Monticello Buckaroos. Sends a man up to motion, calls him back. Sends him in motion there, 21. Looking to come out this side, he has lead blockers.
Foy can't.
Finally driven out of bounds. Hard tackle there, number 15.
Foy extends it, and then Corey Scholes comes up and finishes it. And Foy fights off 3 blockers and, you know, extends that line of scrimmage all the way out to the sideline, and Scholes comes up from the safety position and lays a lick.
2nd and 7 now for the Buckaroos. Altamont needs to get the ball back right around here if they can turn things around in this game. Under center, right up the middle that time. Eldridge keeps his feet. Good running.
Yeah, and he looks to have got the first down, and they do move the chains. Stopped in the line, but got his shoulder pads low. And got underneath everybody, and then just drove forward and got to the first down.
Great running by Eldridge. 1st and 10 now. Close to midfield, 44-yard line. That's where they spot the ball for the Buckaroos. Defense needs to stiffen up here. Oh, and that's just what they needed. Number 52 that time.
Wesley Thompson, the outside linebacker, senior for the Longhorns, stuffs them for a loss.
He's going to lose.
Big play.
Yards there on the play.
Well, I got an update for the Union game. Morgan has tied it up, 7-7.
Nice penetration there by the Longhorns.
2nd and about 17 now.
And one more update. Nick Smith with a 62-yard run. Now Union's up 14-7, so it's going back and forth up in Roosevelt, Brian.
Little pass out there to the flat, number 21. Shakes the first tackle. There's a block.
Yeah, block in the back, so that's going to come back.
Looked like a block in the back.
On 2nd and 17, they come in. You're going to see right here in the top corner of your screen, here's the illegal block.
Right there.
And it's a little soft.
Yeah.
I mean,
it might have been something after. It might have been right there, number 9.
Might have been there, yeah. They did.
I think that's where the flag comes in.
Yeah, and that's where the flag hit. Okay, I saw that first contact. He hit him in the butt back, but the second one was a little bit more obvious, and there's nobody up here in Altamont that disagrees with the guys in stripes on that one.
We'll take everything we get. Tonight's game brought to you by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefits package, insurance, and retirement plans. We are the specialized team to help you meet your needs. We are the firm of firms. 2nd and 11 now for the Buckaroos as they bring the play in. 7:21 here at Altamont High as they host the visiting Monticello Buccaneers for their homecoming. I don't know what they have planned for halftime. Usually homecoming brings out the best.
Well, they did the presentation of the royalty before the game, which was kind of surprising to me. Usually you see that at the halftime, but homecoming halftimes are always good.
Oh,
like
hit before. They're not going to throw any flags, but he was definitely hit before the balls got there. But
do you think that's an uncatchable ball? Because
it could have been over his head.
Yeah, Torres gets up quickly and says, what do I got to do, man? You know, my head was whipping back well before the ball got there.
Yeah, they had lots of guys open in the flats, but he decided to throw into that heavily guarded center and was unable to connect. But like I said, Altamont will take it. 3rd down here for Altamont. They're close to midfield. Have some guys open. Looking at number 21. Holds it, finally fires it. Overthrows him.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Torres almost tracked back to that ball. Gets away with a little bit of push off Scholes, but he, you see, and the quarterback is underdressed the whole way out, so he's got people pressing, so he can never set his feet. Throws it in the air, and Torres does a heck of a job to almost get back to the ball.
4th and 11. Bring on the kicking team. Scholes back to receive as they hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Number 26 will kick for the Buckaroos. Thomas Anderson. Scholes about the 20-yard line to receive. Kicks away. Looks like he might field it on the bounce, and he will. Out of this far side. Tried to brought down. He has a few people.
Oh, and a big-time collision right at the 35-yard line. And it's Scholes the one that lays the lick on that. And you see 26, he's thinking, Thomas Anderson thinking, oh gosh, I hate kickoff returns or punt return coverage. Here comes Scholes coming around, and watch him lower his head and says, bam!
Right, you know, on the helmet to helmet. That's going to ring your bell. 35-yard line for the Longhorns. 1st and 10, 6:47 left in the second quarter. Sends a man in motion. Right to the middle, number 4. Kicks out to the left side. He'll get about 5 yards on the carry.
He gets 5. 2nd and 5 for the Longhorns. He gets it out to the Longhorn 40-yard line.
Well, an update from across the basin. The Cougars pouring it on now, Brian. A fumble recovery and a touchdown, 21-7. The Cougars lead the Morgan Trojans, and that's a big game. Big litmus test to see where that program is. They've been talked about all year, and they have, you know, championship aspirations this year, Brian.
That'd be good to bring back some trophies back there to the Uinta Basin. Oh, kind of fakes it and then decides to go up with a Jessen there.
Well, he does it.
Keeper. Foy losing his helmet.
Foy's the one that ended up with the ball, but I'm not even sure that Jessen knew who had the ball there. He just started running with him right on his hip pocket. And here on the beautiful L&L Motor replay, and like I said, right up until the very end, you weren't really sure who had the ball. Brought to us by L&L Motor. People you know, people who care. Replay coverage for all of your sports action brought to you by L&L Motor.
3rd and 2 now, manageable 2. I think just give it to Foy and let him bootleg, but they're going to call a timeout here to talk things over. Well, they'll go ahead and take a timeout too. 5:37 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Are you a busy mom like me with so little time, juggling so many different things that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind? You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part. It's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know. People who care.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group, service you will recognize.
Welcome back, everyone. The Longhorns on a big 3rd and 2. Line up. Jessen decides to call his own number.
Oh, man.
And just ran into a brick wall. It looked like he was going to get it. And then all of a sudden, the motion stopped, Brian. I didn't even see who tackled him.
Eldridge, man. Came into a brick wall by the name of Josh Eldridge. Cole Eldridge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, the Eldridge is a brick wall. Okay. But the way I guess I just didn't see him, somebody out in front of him.
Yeah, you thought he had all these blockers, and then Eldridge just flew in, went for the prize there, and knocked him down. Line of scrimmage, Foy back in. Had some equipment problems, but he's back in the fullback position. Sends 15 Skoll in motion, gives it to Foy up the middle. He barrels over for a first down.
You know, I probably could have made that play call.
Yeah, I think that was kind of probably 90% of the time. Be pretty safe calling that number.
There's the handoff, and clearly picks up the first down. Today's game brought to us by Strata Networks. Strata is the leading telecommunications provider in the Uinta Basin, providing advanced wireless broadband and video services.
1st and 10. Skoll in motion. He's going to send it to Foyer on this far near side. Turns and burns and gain about 6 on the play.
6 on the play. Cross midfield.
Man.
Buckaroo territory.
It's just kind of almost like angry running. He just comes around and he just says, you know what? Give it to me. All right, yeah, I don't mind.
Get a little spear in the back.
Yeah.
Adds character. 2nd and 4 now for the Longhorns. Finally past midfield. Foy in the backfield. Jessen under center. Skoll on the near side. Gonna send 89 in motion. Give it to Foy up the middle. Kicks it to the right side. Close to a first down. Just shy, maybe a yard.
About a yard short. 3rd and 1 for the
3:44 left in this first half. Score 21-0 in favor of the visiting Monticello Buckaroos. It's a long ways up here. How long do you think it takes to go from Monticello?
It takes a while.
I've driven through Monticello once.
It's a ways away from there.
Wasn't on my way to anywhere.
And there's not like a lot of stops between here and there either. That's a pretty desolate drive.
Foy up the middle this time. Turns and burns by sheer determination. Picks up a first down.
Well, you see him get hit in the backfield. He was going to lose a yard. And he just kind of shucks him off like a ear of corn.
1st and 10.
And up he goes. There's the first hit. There's the second hit.
It's like
There's
a
the
ping
third
pong
hit.
ball.
Yeah, the pinball wizard in there. He set a new record and gets the first down.
1st and 10. He's at the 44-yard
Well,
line.
we use ping pong, shucking an ear of corn, and pinball all in one
same
play
analogy.
call. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a record for us.
Oh, he jumped. Had a tight end just get a little antsy and jump.
Started a little early there.
That's even a personal high for you, Mark.
Well, you know.
That's saying a lot. You're pulling out all of the big. I'd like to thank Devin up there in the sky cam. He's taking life and limb in his hands to bring you these great aerial shots.
From the Select Rentals Skycam. I want to thank those guys for helping us bring that view. And, you know, you look at these views, you don't see this. Even in some of the college games, you don't get that great of an angle. And he goes up there, and the poor guy, he's lonely. He's the loneliest guy in sports for 3 hours.
Jessen looks to pass. Oh, and just overthrows his receiver there. Looking to try to connect with Thacker.
Thacker, the tight end. And Thacker almost looked like he was in block mode.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for the ball, and it was
Right.
well overthrown. That'll bring 2nd and 15. Now for the Longhorns. 2:28 left in the 2nd quarter. Jessen brings his men up to the line of scrimmage. Gonna have a familiar formation. Foy in the backfield, Skoll to this near side. Sends Thacker in motion. Gives it to Thacker, fumbles it, and the ball comes loose, and the Buccaneers get on it.
Oh dear, and it's the 3rd turnover for the Longhorns, and that'll give another short field to the Buccaneers. Buckaroos for Monticello, I guess. Well, today's game is brought to us by Ashley Regional. Visit ashleyregional.com where you can find healthy recipes, information on medications you might be taking, look up diseases and find out symptoms and treatments, and even watch videos of surgical procedures at ashleyregional.com.
Got this rash, Mark. Didn't you guys get it checked out? Ashley Regional?
We probably ought not to talk about that.
Oh, okay. 1st and 2nd and 4 now.
4 on the play.
Well, I've been captivated, or I don't know if that's the right word, with this Ebola plague.
Yeah, they're talking about down in Texas now.
There's a case in Texas, brought home.
Well, they're talking about on the Wasatch Front. They had somebody that had similar symptoms. It wasn't the strain, but they said they wanted to just practice to see themselves in that kind of situation. So the primary children's went into kind of a lockdown situation.
So you see that stack by the defensive line, nothing going up the middle for the Buckaroos. So they'll have to reset here at 3rd and 6.
3rd and 5. 3rd and 6 here for the Buckaroos.
3rd and 6, a minute 20.
Better than last time.
Big 3rd down here. As the crowd try to stomp it out, make some noise.
Make them see stars.
26 around the outside. He pitches. He has the 1st and then some. Finally driven out of bounds.
Left side.
Driven by Harrison. Brock Harrison, number 9, is finally the man who brought him out of bounds. Not before he gains 20 on the play.
Gain of about.
Here on the L&L Motor replay, a little misdirection. All the blocking comes down to the right, and then it's this pitch out to the left. And the defensive back, Harrison, saves the touchdown, getting out to the sideline and knocking him out of bounds.
1st and 10, 25-yard line for Monticello. Pitching around to Eldridge, same play, this time different receiver or different carrier. Driven out. It's going to be about the 11-yard line.
Well, today's game brought to us by Moon Lake Electric, providing power to the area since 1938. Find and like Moon Lake Electric on Facebook, and make sure you tell them thanks from the folks at VTV Channel 6 for helping us bring this game to you tonight.
1st and 10, 11-yard line here for the Buckaroos.
Let's let them hear you.
Trying to stiffen up to just under a minute. If they can just hold out for 1 minute, they can keep them from scoring right before the half.
Ball goes
and
up the middle.
23 stuffs the hole there. Dax Jensen.
Good stop there for Longhorns.
You know, Jensen said you can do it on the edges, but you can't have my middle. And he cracks him back for a small. No, it looks like they got the original line of scrimmage.
Monticello is going to take a timeout. They're going to try to talk things over, see if they can get in the end zone right before the half.
Yeah, they sure want to do that. We're going to take a small break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Uinta Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Decent defense, some help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Altamont High as they hosting the visiting Monticello Buckaroos. That's homecoming 2014. I'm Brian Nielsen alongside Mark Mason here at Altamont, enjoying the nice fall weather.
Pitch to the outside,
Eldridge.
gets the corner, and there's a tackle, and I think they stack him up. No, and he did get in the end zone. I thought maybe they were going to stack him up. And that's a nice play call with the timeout. 39 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, look at that crack walking downfield.
Right,
he's got lead blockers, and he just plows it in. Well, he rolled in on top of back of somebody.
Riley Brayman was there, and that's why I thought they got him, because he hit him and he went down before the line.
I think
he must have gone over the top of Riley to get in.
Yeah, he kept his knee or his body from touching the ground, so he rolled in on top of him.
So for my favorite kicker in the state of Utah, the one step back.
One step, boop.
And he gets that one. So he missed the early one, but it made sense. And with the 2-point conversion, then now it's 28-0 for the Buckaroos. Today's game brought to us by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum may have a new name, but we are still the same great company you can rely on, Pilot Logistics. So that is a rough first half for the Altamont Longhorns. And we knew it's going to be a battle for them to get here. But it was the turnovers the difference in this game so far.
I think if you were going to be a fly on the wall in that locker room here at halftime, I think you'd hear a lot about turnovers and a lot about penalties. That's pretty much haunted this whole first half and kept the Longhorns out of the end zone. So we'll see just 39 seconds left this first half. See if they can regroup and come back out in the second half with a little bit of fire in their belly. There's still lots of game left. A lot of things can happen. We'll also like to remind all you viewers that if you'd like to view tonight's game, you can see it at www.vtvchannel6.com. That's powered by Strata Networks. Foy and
Short kick. Taken by Brock.
fielder number 9.
He's gonna go out.
Brock is brought down. They'll have enough for 1 or maybe 2 plays to the end zone.
Longhorns will take over there.
At this point, why not put the ball up in the air and see what happens,
Yeah.
Brian? We've had some success in the air, and we've had receivers open, and as Jessen gets out to throw, he's had some opportunities, a couple of big plays, and actually decent coverage and knockdowns, but see what you can do. You've got nothing to lose at this point. Try to do something positive before the half ends.
Might as well air it out, like you said. Jessen brings his guys up to the line of scrimmage. Foy in the backfield. Thacker also keeping him company, along with Skoll. He's going to air this one out. Looking to Skoll. Oh, it's intercepted. Just overthrows him by a hair.
And then out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And you know the problem with that is now the Buckaroos can say, oh, I know there it out. Yeah, I got 34 seconds left or 24 seconds left. So a quick update. 2 more scores, and Nick Smith just scored, and Ty Winterton makes the extra point. Union leads Morgan 28-14.
And they're pouring it on now, huh?
Yeah, and that Nick Smith, he's a pleasure to watch play football. And last week he had the 5 touchdowns and already 2 tonight. The guy's on fire, and he's so fast.
He's hard to tackle.
Yeah, hard to tackle a guy you can't catch.
Pitch around the outside, number 26. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, that extended block, and it's so hard to keep those extended blocks without eventually holding. And that's probably what you're going to see as a holding call. 16.5 seconds left.
This Eldridge on the Buckaroos side kind of reminds me of Nick Smith in his running tactics, number 23. Penalty against the Buckaroos, so they'll march him back.
Yeah, you always hate it when the flag hits you in the stomach as you're running up to make the tackle.
Cute little Altamont kids.
Yeah. Oh, there they are. They're out in the field. That's the future Longhorns. We'll be calling their numbers here in about 5 years, Brian. Maybe a couple more than that.
They're going to get that ball off, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. They're going to air it out. Is he going to bring it down? He is. 21 Torres, but he's pushed out of bounds. Oh, 0.4 seconds left.
Well, they have time to make a play here. Their kicker has enough leg to get a field goal.
I think they're going to call a timeout, too, just to see if they got it in them. So, yeah, like you said, do you kick it? I mean, do you give your kicker a chance being this far ahead, or do you just have one shot to the end zone?
Just one shot to the end zone. You have to throw it in. There's the timeout. We're going to keep it here where there's only 0.4 seconds left. But, yeah, Brian, you've got 2 options. You have to the pass has to go into the end zone.
Yeah.
Or the play, I guess you could do if you could design a good enough sweep or something to get to the end zone.
Yeah, their sweeps have been really effective around the outside, giving it to Beldridge. But he kind of barrels his way in. It was a similar setup in that last series. But they've been able to, Torres has been catching balls left and right for Monticello. So I'd be interested to see what comes out. I think coach for Altamont is just going to say, just stand on the goal line and don't let anything go behind you. Let's not make the bleeding any worse. So they'll bring him up to the line of scrimmage here. See, they got trips to the near side. Eldridge in the backfield. Single out. He's going to look to his right. Eldridge, he's got him, and Torres is in.
So they'll have the chance because the extra point can come after the clock hits 0-0. And so they're going to go try to hit that, make it 35-0. And it's just a slant pattern. And Brian, one-on-one is a very difficult coverage because he could go, straight up. He could go outside. He could go inside. In that case, didn't have enough press there, and he's able to get that first step inside, and it was an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Yeah, you want to jam those quick slants because they're a favorite for those quarterbacks here in the red zone because you get into the end zone so quick, and it's a quick developing play. but wasn't able to get it. So it's going to be halftime. The score 35-0 in favor of Monticello. We'll take a 15-minute break, but stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be some festivities. Festivities.
Yeah, we've got the homecoming here at Altamont High School. Well, it's been a hard first half for the Longhorn faithful. Let's see what they can do after the here in the second half. We'll take a break to hear a word from our sponsors and be back for the festivities.
Okay, how about another hand?
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
Are you a busy mom like me with so little time, juggling so many different things that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind? You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part: it's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know, people who care.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group, service you will recognize.
What do you expect from your health care? A physician you can trust. An up-to-date facility with a friendly staff. Compassionate nurses. Healthcare professionals who will do their very best every day to keep you and your family healthy. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, this is our mission, because this is our community and our hospital.
you in a basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
VTV Channel 6. Live high school football coverage. Presented by L&L Motor. Ashley Regional. The Advisor Group. Moon Lake Electric. Pilot Logistics. And Strata Networks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another night of high school football action here on VTV Channel 6. Just joining us, it's the second half of play here at Altamont High as they're hosting Monticello Buckaroos. And unfortunately trailing on their homecoming 35-0. Had a rough start in this first half, plagued with penalties and fumbles, but looking to turn things around.
You do, and you see the Select Reynolds Skycam up there in the cold. Brought to us by Select Reynolds. Those guys are friendly. They got all the equipment. Go check them out. Want to thank them for helping VTV Channel 6 come out here to Altamont. And I want to also thank Altamont, Brian, because I have never come to the city of Altamont and not got rained, sleeted, or hailed, or otherwise snowed upon. You know, so for me, this is one of the best games I've ever had in Altamont. The Longhorn faithful lamenting a little bit of that 35-0.
Jessen.
And you're going to see a running clock right now. The high school rule is if you're down 35 points in the second period, there's a running clock. So we'll see a little bit of that. The Longhorns would sure like to get on the board and put a stop to that action.
Yeah, probably some hurry-up offense, I'd imagine. Coach knowing about this non-stop clock. So 1st and 10 for the Longhorns, 35-yard line, where Jessen will take over. Sends Scholes in motion. Gonna look to pass downfield. He's gonna, throw it right behind. With a tight end that time. Abbott. Then bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, he was looking for across there, and Foy was in the flat, but threw behind Foy and just barely caught Abbott in the back shoulder. 2nd and 10, Jessen.
Quickly back up to the line for the Longhorns. Let's see what we can do. Jessen wanting to get his offense up and running.
Hands up to Foy, kicks out to the left side, stuck at the line of scrimmage, but it wasn't until he was joined by 2 more Buckaroos that he was finally brought down.
We got 3rd and 9 for the Longhorns on their own.
But today's coverage brought to us by Pilot Logistics. An all-new DEF pump is operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Stop in and fill up with the convenience of a pump. Now, Brian, you found out what DEF is.
Diesel exhaust fluid.
Yeah, these new laws say you have to run your trucks cleaner. Here comes a pass that is made.
Caught.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a nice play. Brock Harrison out on the
yard short.
runs a nice route. Watch here on the L&L Motor replay. He comes out full speed, chop steps and turns. The defensive back couldn't recover in time. And there's a Longhorn first down, Brian.
That's what they needed to get some fire back in their belly. Yeah, the exhaust fluid, you used to have to go to the dealership to get that stuff, and it was spendy, so Pilot Logistics.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, having it in a pump form there at Pilot Logistics is great for all those big diesel rigs. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. Hands it to 89 there. Thacker.
Yeah, Thacker involved in some of the plays earlier in the first half. He tries to take his blockers up along the side, but unfortunately cut down just before he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11 now for the Longhorns. They hurry up to the ball. Jessen under center. He's got Foy in the backfield. Thacker and Scholes in the wing formation. He's going to go to Foy, kicks it out the left side. Gets about 6 yards on the play. Field roll, they're going to give him about 6 yards of play, so that'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, and I want to remind the Foy family and everyone else that has a star out there playing that there are DVD and Blu-ray copies to tonight's game. Go to VTVchannel6.com or call the friendly folks at VTV at 781-1902 for your copy today.
3rd and 5.
Longhorns moving the ball, Brian.
Oh, Foy kicking it in this near side. He's got to get upfield.
He gets it.
He's finally driven out of bounds. Almost runs into the cheerleaders.
For another Longhorn first down.
But it'll be good enough for a first down.
Gave them all something to cheer about. Second first down of the drive, moving the ball. Longhorns making some adjustments at halftime.
Having a fight for every yard, though, but they were able to come up with a first. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to break that midfield barrier.
How do we get one of these seats right there on the grass? You see these folks watching the game. Here's an outside pass. Wow, and he climbed up his backside just about the time the ball was getting there. Was that Thacker out in the flat? Oh, that was number 12, excuse me. So here you see Jessen. He comes out under a little pressure, can't set, gets taken down right when he throws. That takes a little zip off that ball, and he might have had time to get it there if he could have just turned his hips and got underneath that throw. Instead, it kind of drifted out.
2nd and 10 now for the Longhorns. This near field hash.
Here comes that motion action.
Jessen will keep the ball, but he is rocked right as he receives it. So by loss of about 2 on the play.
Looks like that was Esplin on the tackle. Right up the middle. Just sees him.
He fakes it to Foy, but
wraps him up.
Bite.
That's assignment tackling. His assignment was the quarterback. So even if the ball gets handed off, he's still his job.
Looks like the Altamont's going to take a timeout, try to stop that clock.
6:15, already half the period gone. We're going to take a small break. Be right back after the end of the timeout.
Many different things that getting your oil changed is the last thing on your mind. You won't believe this. Head to L&L Express Lane. You don't need an appointment. There's a place for your kids to play, and you can use an iPad with Wi-Fi while you wait. And here's the best part. It's all done under 30 minutes or less. Come and see us at L&L's Express Lane. People you know. People who care.
Welcome back to Altamont. We have some updates for you. The Union Cougars up 35-14, and they're laying on the gas up there. Uinta down 21-7 to Juan Diego at the half, and that's an important game for Uinta. We'll try to keep an eye on those games as the night progresses. Both teams fighting for a playoff position, Brian.
Foy, looks like he got, man, looks like the defense was there a little early to me, but they're not throwing too many flags on that pass.
No, you
coverage.
Had double covered by both Lewis and Eldridge out in that flat.
Yeah, he fakes it to Foy, who then travels downfield and kind of pops out in the flat, but read pretty good by Eldridge.
Yeah, the linebacker stayed true. He's not biting on that, not going up. And one high and one low. What a rare punt.
Away.
Yeah. That kick's a good kick.
He's going to have a good, and he downs it right there.
Inside the 20-yard line.
About 20, so probably the worst field position that the Buckaroos have had all night.
It's absolutely the worst field position. This field position brought to us by Moon Lake Electric. Find and like Moon Lake Electric on Facebook.
About a 40-yard.
Tell them thanks for helping VTV come out here to Altamont and covering this game on a brisk evening here, fall evening.
Ooh, chilly.
It is a little chilly. We're lucky to have the lean-to up here.
Block a little bit of the
once
wind.
you walk out into that wind, it cuts through you pretty good.
We've had a few storms blow through town. Eldridge there, man, look at him keep his feet. Finally brought down. You really got to take his feet out completely, because if he has one leg and one arm available, he's going to stay on his feet.
Gets a good gain of about.
Yeah, and a good show of class there by Wesley Thompson.
Watch him right captains here. He gets tripped up. He should have been down right there. Keeps his feet. Finally gets taken out by number 65 for the Longhorns, Danny Perry. 1st and 10 now. Quick pitch to the outside, cuts it back up, brought down by Foy.
On the left side. Right
the run by Thomas Anderson, a freshman, getting a run here in the second half. And he cuts it back up for a first down for the Buckaroos, right near midfield, well about the 46-yard line. You know, and it's kind of easy to run when the first guy touches you 7 yards deep.
Oh, man.
You know,
they got some pretty spectacular tackles. People flying everywhere. Man, he's hit hard, but 65 Perry there.
Big hit there on the backfield.
Perry with a big stick.
Perry, the outside linebacker, comes in.
Nice play by Danon. 2nd and 12 for the Buckaroos.
And just lays a lick. Loss of 2.
Closing in on the 3:40 mark.
Boy, it's crazy to me how quickly that clock will run when they do this running clock.
Let's give the defense a boost here, huh?
2nd and 11 now for the Buckaroos. Sending a hard blitz, and he's coming in hard, but he's not able to tackle him. Gets around to the outside. Number 12 finally brings him down after a gain of about 5 on the play.
Raymond runs him down. It's a great open field tackle. He, you know,
well, they brought the house.
Well, Lewis had an open field, and Brayman just gets him. And like you say, they brought the big blitz.
They almost had him wrapped up, but he caught the corner and got 5 yards out of it. Bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Buckaroos. Under center he goes. He got a near guy. Pitches out to Eldridge. Got a crack block.
Block
64.
The
Blaze the hurt
right
there.
Into the runner, Brian.
McKenna.
Yeah, TJ McKenna.
Made a big hit in the backfield, a loss of 1.
Look what McKenna does. He gets a crack back right there, but it doesn't matter. He just gets up in the grill and knocks him down. Tonight's game brought to us by Ashley Regional. Ashley Regional now has neurology services in Vernal. Dr. Thomas Buchanan, board-certified neurologist, will be seeing patients in Vernal and Roosevelt. Call 789-1820 for your appointment.
4th down here, they'll punt away.
Well, we've seen back-to-back punts by the defenses.
Almost blocked that time. Foy almost got in.
It's going to be a short hit.
I think they're going to call fire on this play.
Right out the 20.
Down about 20-yard line.
Score update. Our girls
pretty good. So a minute 55 left in this 3rd quarter. Monticello still leading 35-0.
Yeah, the teams trade punts here in the 3rd period. The Altamont Longhorns. Well, the second half of the Union game started, Brian, and Morgan gets the ball, puts it on the turf. Union recovers. So the Cougars are rolling over in Roosevelt, and we'll try to keep our eye on the UNA game as well. Down 21-7 Juan Diego at the half, but here with 1:48 left in the 3rd period.
They can't score here. Prevent a big goose egg from forming here at Altamont High and homecoming 2014.
Like a broken play there.
Jessen, little miscommunication, ended up with the ball when he might have not wanted it. Loss of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 14.
Yeah, on the L&L Motor replay, Jessen stands up, and he's thinking a dive, and everyone else is thinking sweep to the right. So he stands up straight and then gets tackled.
Jessen under center's got Foy in the backfield. Thacker sends Scholes in motion. Hands it off to Scholes. He's got a lead blocker. Foy downfield. Cuts it up. Gain of about 6 on the play.
Outside and then cuts it back up the middle. Like Corey Scholes on the carry. Get about 5 on the play.
50 seconds left in the third quarter. Like I said, he had some blockers. Cuts it up wisely. We've had a lot of north and or east and west. We need to get north and south and get some yardage. Does it that time. Gain of about 6 on the play. Third and about 7 now. About the 22-yard line.
Only
Jessen
30 seconds
center.
left in the half, Brian.
Jessen
in the
under
quarter,
center.
excuse me.
Yep. He's going to fake. He has Foy in the flat, catches it. Oh, kind of a block in the back, but not called. Foy's going to get the first down.
Today's game brought to us by Strata Networks, who is proud to partner with VTV to provide live coverage of high school sports.
Well, why don't we have a word from Strata Network? Do we have any commercials? That's the end of our third quarter. We'll step aside, have a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with the start of our fourth.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group, service you will recognize.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the concluding quarter here at Altamont High as they trail 35-0 on their homecoming. A little shot of the cheerleaders trying to raise the spirits of the hometown crowd here.
Well, you know, that's the best part about the high school sports. The kids in the stands, it could be 35-0 in either direction. I think they'd act the same way.
Oh, almost.
Oh, and the tip drill! Wow! Well, what if they did that on purpose? Is that a full?
Eldridge is the one that tipped the ball. It was behind Foy. Eldridge tips it.
Yeah, and Austin Abbott standing in the right place. You'll see Jessen rolling out to his left. Cocks back and throws. Eldridge pops it up. And right there with the gift, Austin Abbott, first down.
Big first down now.
Yeah, he'll take 19 yards.
It looks like a penalty on top of that. Roughing the passer.
So we get a 15-yard personal foul on top of it, and the Longhorns are in business.
35-yard line. They're looking pretty good. 1st and 10 as they hurry up to the ball. Jessen under center. Sends Scholes in motion. Oh, hit as the ball's hiked to him. Keeps the ball. Gain of about a yard or two.
Maybe 3, make it 2nd and 7.
42.
Yeah, getting another update from the Cougar faithful up watching the game. Nick Smith with another score.
The 2-point conversion.
42-14. They're rolling. Looks like that game's about done. I'll see if we can get a update on the Uinta Juan Diego game. But right now, the Altamont Longhorns are rolling, Brian.
Foy out to the near side. He has some blockers. Got to get upfield. Rocks over a couple of them. Helmet popping off.
Yeah, he's had it come off a couple of times tonight. He's going to take a quick break, reset the equipment.
Those things get sweaty and they squirt out of there like a greased BB if you're not careful.
Yeah, Wyatt Jessen is going to go take his place in the backfield, number 34.
3rd and about 4 now for Altamont. Getting closer to that red zone right at the 30-yard line. Jessen under center. He's giving it up to number 34 there. That time, Wyatt Jessen.
Yeah.
Brothers, cousins.
Yeah. When Foy went out, Jessen came in and got the run. Jessen comes back out after doing his work.
They're going to give it to him.
Could
First
be,
down,
but that's the
Could
freshman.
be brothers. Yeah, it's the Jessen brothers. It looks like one's a junior, one's a freshman.
Yeah, and the freshman comes in and picks up a first down, giving the Longhorns something to cheer about.
Foy back in the familiar
Oh, that's a
formation.
great shot. Guy over center. Sweat dripping off his chin.
Foy's going to keep it.
Foy goes off
Will the ball
left
come
side.
loose?
Ball's
I think
out.
they're gonna
They
call him
call
down.
in the turf.
Down there.
Yeah.
Gets a couple yards off that. Maybe
You know,
3
you're always
yards off
taught
the
when you
left
get that
side.
recovery, Eldridge gets
all
it,
the way.
run all the way
Yeah, he does.
down, you know, get yourself in the end zone.
I don't know. I think
And
that
he
was
never-
loose. Loose
that-
before he hit the ground.
Should have been a fumble. That's one of those ones where the guy hits it with the crown of his helmet and hits right on the ball and pushes it out.
Yeah.
And the Longhorns avoid the 4th turnover of the game with that missed call.
Devastating if it was.
But sometimes you got to have a bounce go your way, and here's a chance for the Longhorns to take advantage. Hands it off.
Scholes going to pop it out to the right side. Gain of about 2 on the play, maybe 3.
Make it 3.
Getting it close here.
3rd and about 3.
Well, this is 4 down territory no matter what, so there's no kicking even an option, so they'll go
watch
for the end
this
zone.
right here. I thought if he would have just gone straight downfield, but he stops and then tries to cut back right. That was the time to attack, and he had a defender that was kind of heading right to left.
3rd and about 3 now. They're going to get it to Foy right up the middle. Kicks it out to the left side. He loves the corners. Tripped up before he could. Got to get that ball north and south.
Looks like he's going to come up just short.
Maybe a yard short of the first down, Brian. 4th down, playing for pride right now. They want to get on the
Gotta get on the
scoreboard.
scoreboard.
For the first down.
They could, if not able to convert here, they could possibly not see the ball again the remainder of the night.
Tonight's game brought to us by Strata Networks. Live stream of tonight's game can be found at strata.tv, powered by Strata Networks.
Sends Scholes in motion. He's going to just a quarterback keep over the center there, and it's going to be good for a first down.
He'll get for about 3 yards.
You've been to Strata's new store up there by the Lowe's complex?
First down for the Longhorns.
Yeah,
We went
right
up
there
there.
to Dickey's.
Yeah, we went up there yesterday.
Push to the line there.
And walk into the store, and within 2 seconds, I had 3 people trying to help me. And I'll tell you what, Brian, those are some friendly people. They're taking care of the Uinta Basin and helping us bring this game to you here tonight. Getting stretched out, can't get upfield, does make the corner finer, finally.
Oh, he's getting close to that end zone.
Game.
But did you see
He wants it.
his blocker got behind him and just pushed him forward? Here he comes, and right here he's about 5 yards deep. And the pressure puts him
Oh,
backwards.
almost a hold right
And
there.
watch what the lineman does. Let's go together.
Hold hands. 2nd and about 3 now. Ball's gonna
Sniffing
be
the end
spotted.
zone, Brian.
Spotted about the 7-yard line. They're getting into that red zone. Oh, the ball comes loose, but then he recovers it. Shield back to the line of scrimmage that time. Jessen. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Longhorns.
Ah, you always hate that. You're trying to recover the ball and you're getting drilled right at about the second you put your arms down on the ground.
Stumbling farther and farther and away from the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 8.
We're at the 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 8. Skull in motion. Gonna bootleg out to the side. Oh, brings it back in, looking again. Oh, and he tucks it back in and finally dragged
So he'll be wrapped up
down.
there about the 14-yard line.
Loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, he would have been better served at that point once he was outside the tackle. Yeah, you just lobbed that ball into the turf 5 feet in front of you.
It's hard to throw. Look how awkward it is to try to throw across your body when you're not running the right direction.
Yeah, one of the hardest throws in football when you're a right-handed quarterback is roll to the left and come across your body like that.
It's all upper body. There's no stepping into it at all.
4th and 10. Here's the moment. Jessen
look into the end
rolls
zone.
To the left.
Fires across. He has a guy to manage. Oh, Foy got it in. Well, Foy came from this near side, crosses back against all the traffic. Everybody else was flowing to the left side. He crosses back, and Jessen just connects with him. Look, everybody else is flowing against traffic there.
Yeah, and a really well-run route by Foy. He goes in the same direction, gets his guy to bite 2 yards deep, and then he cuts back to the right. Wow, that was a beautifully designed play, well executed, and now with the score, we've got
looks like that'd be a penalty.
12 men on the field.
Too many men on the field.
Yeah. Somebody out there.
Substitution.
They were so excited they scored. They didn't know. Everybody wanted to be a part of the PAT. And
yeah, let's get out there.
Penalized for it.
Get one more, so that'll give up 5 yards. The clock stops there while we reset. And this is more of that soccer style extra point kick.
Oh,
ball's high. He's going to try to run or throw it. He's going to get tackled.
And the play's going to be no good.
And the play's no good, so that ends the scoring opportunity there for the Altamont Longhorns, but they get on the board at 6-35, down 35-6. But again, playing for pride at this point, Brian, and they'll take it any way it comes. Well, tonight's game is brought to us by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group.
Well, at least they avoided the big goose egg. That's got to be a personal victory for them. Even if they might not go away with a win tonight, at least they were able to prove they could fight back.
Well, you see in the picture there, number 20, Foy, and Brian, you know, we've got to give away to the player of the game for the local team, the Altamont Longhorns, 2 tickets to the maze at Water Hollow Ranch, formerly known as the Blue Well Corn Maze. And unless something changes, I don't think it's going to be anything but Randy Foy with the work he's done. I mean, he's done a lot on both sides. You see number 20 flying into the screen, whether it's defense or offense, on just about every Longhorn play. Yeah,
Skulls attributed a lot with in that last series, but I think Foy had him on a few. Whenever they needed the big play, they gave it to Foy. Very close to it. Oh, looks like
the Longhorns look like they've got it, and they come up pointing, and the Longhorns do. 3:56 left. A couple of bounces have gone the Longhorns' way, and it didn't take much to get the crowd up. And right there, that ball just kind of squirts out of the bottom of the pile, and Johnny on the spot. Number 23 for the Longhorns. Number 23 is Dax Jensen. Looks
like Monticello is going to call a timeout and regroup. We'll have a timeout as well. Be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Uinta Basin, the DEF pump is now operating at the Pilot Logistics Card Lock in Naples. Come fill your tank at super low prices with the convenience of a pump. Pilot Logistics continues to provide card lock services, bulk fuel, lubes and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. The new DEF pump is at the Naples location. Here at Pilot Logistics, we are still your neighbors working hard to serve you and invite you to call 789-1832 for more information about all of the services offered by Pilot Logistics.
Thank you, Pilot Logistics, for bringing us tonight's game. All you viewers at home, we'd like to thank you for joining us as well. I'm Brian Nielsen alongside Mark Mason here at Altamont High. As they got a little breath of fresh air here after an onside kick, they recovered.
It's about 4 yards.
Be 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and they got the
6-yard line of the Buckaroos.
Got the crowd into it, energized. They want to see some more points on the board. first play after the onside recovery, gains about 3 yards. Looks like it'll be a second and about 7. Second and 6, I guess.
3:16 left in the game here. It's Altamont attempts one last strike at the end zone before the game. Skull on the right side, he's got some blockers. He gets sandwiched by some Buckaroos.
It's a long way to run to get 2 yards upfield, isn't it?
A little slow to get up. He had a whole pile on top of him.
And he's still down.
The ball might have landed right on top of the ball and got the air knocked out of him, but
looks like a Longhorn down on the sideline over there.
He got smashed pretty good. So maybe we'll take another timeout as well. I know we just had a commercial, but we've got a lot of good sponsors we want to acknowledge before the end of the game. So we'll have a timeout, be right back after these messages.
What do you expect from your health care? A physician you can trust. An up-to-date facility with a friendly staff. Compassionate nurses. Healthcare professionals who will do their very best every day to keep you and your family healthy. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, this is our mission because this is our community and our hospital.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
Tired of fast food insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we specialize in financial planning, retirement, life, health benefits, home, auto, and commercial insurance. We are your one-stop firm that delivers the solution for your personal and professional needs. The Advisor Group, service you will recognize.
Well, we're there with the waxing moon here over Altamont High School. And Scholes comes off with the help of 2 trainers. And kind of favoring that right leg. He's not putting any weight on it just yet. We hate to see that. We'll try to keep you updated. But Longhorns line back up, give it to Foy. Foy, the powerhouse, up the middle. And then just cut down after about a 20-yard gain.
15-yard gain there for Riley.
Big play by Foy there. Getting closer to that end zone.
Well, the Utes were down to Juan Diego 21-7.5. Brian, what if I told you here in the third quarter they've just knotted it up at 28-28?
Oh, man.
So the Utes in a big region game.
Bounce back.
Bounce back. The Cougars rolling.
1st and 10 now for the Longhorns on the 26-yard line of the Buckaroos. Sends a man in motion. Number 14 or 34 comes on.
That's Jessen, the freshman, comes up. He gets spun around awkwardly, and he comes up a little ginger.
He's going to get about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8.
Gets cold like this, and you get injured. Those muscles get cold, and
yeah, the way he spun around, it just twisted his ankle and his knee up a little bit. Looks like he'll be okay the way he was able to come off in his own power. And just as an update, Scholes is up and walking under his own power as well, so it looks like he's doing pretty good.
Number 9 in motion, looking to pass downfield, throws it away, and he brings it down 33. Abbott there.
And that's the second big reception for Austin Abbott, and the second one that was tipped in the air and has the fortitude to stay after the ball, catch it in the air, and make a big 15-yard gain.
They got to get on that ball, though. They're right at a minute mark and marching. The clock is still not stopping.
Yep, they still huddle, but very close. They can get a first down without scoring. what they'd like to do here is get this ball in the end zone, win this second half outright.
Foy up the middle, he's got time, and he's in for 6.
Yeah, and the Longhorns, it's a tale of two halves, and Brian, it's a shame that the clock was running, because if that clock had stopped the way the Longhorns have played in this second half, maybe if they'd had some more time, they could have got it closer, then who knows. But now down 35-12, they're going to line up, probably go for 2 here.
Well, they're setting up for the PAT, but man, it would be beneficial to go for 2.
Well, we've seen one fake already, one successful fake. Let's see if another one happens.
He's kind of got the soccer style kick, and he's going to kick it, and it's up and good.
Lucky 13 for the Altamont Longhorns.
Going to make the score 35-13.
Another onside.
Another onside, of course. Why not? 35 seconds left. The way they're moving the ball, they might get another one in. And Foy seals the deal for me. We're going to go ahead and give him player of the game. And watch the player of the game right here. Makes the first couple of miss.
Nothing's going to stop him from getting into the end zone.
And then he just dives. That horizontal dive to get in. That replay brought to you by L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
Unless we've forgotten anybody in tonight's game, we would like to thank the advisor group, Strata Networks, Ashley Regional, Moon Lake Electric, and Pilot Logistics. All of our great sponsors making it possible to bring you tonight's game.
Yeah, we had an injured Buckaroo, and really good to see number 69, Jose Santana, has had a good game. Yeah, he's hurting, but he's moving under his own power, and he'll be okay as he gets his way to the sideline. We also want to thank Brian, the high school administration and coaching staff for their coordination and helping us make this coverage possible. We know how hard it is to bring one of these games off, especially on homecoming night, and we appreciate all they do to help VTV feel welcome so we can bring this live coverage of Uinta Basin sports to everyone watching at home and also on the replay. We appreciate everyone that's watching and will watch.
It's a good quality program that Strata and VTV brings to these communities. Like I said, a little way of giving back for all the great support they bring us, giving back to all these games. So it wasn't the outcome that we would have liked, 13-35 in favor of visiting Monticello Buckaroos, but it was a great second half. Like you said, if they would have, that clock would have given us a little love, I think it would have made a difference in tonight's game.
The tale of two halves, 35-0 at the half, and then we just shut the Buckaroos down and scored 2 touchdowns. And they didn't score the first till the third period had expired almost, and we were 2/3 the way through the 4 minutes left before we got on the board. The fourth quarter. So if you'd had a normal clock, who knows?
Yeah.
But,
who knows? Well,
could haves and would haves.
Are they even take a knee, or are they going to run the clock out? Looks like they'll probably take a knee.
Well, the clock is running right now. They don't have to make a snap.
They will.
But in the victory formation, they'll take the knee. And that'll wrap it up, Brian. So player of the game goes to number 20.
All the fans.
Riley Foy had a game to remember. Big second half for the Longhorns, Brian. You make the adjustments in the halftime, and you take something positive away from like that.
Looking at this upcoming coverage, football coverage we got coming up, we're going to be next week. I think that's a midweek game, if I understand right. Union High.
Then would be Tooele at Uinta. That'll be a fun one. And Tooele, big powerhouse coming out to the Uinta Basin. And then the wrap-up game, Altamont at Duchesne. And next week, we're bringing back a fan favorite.
By popular request.
Yeah, Dennis Mott will be calling the game with you. That'll be kind of fun for you. We'll might have to bring a muzzle for him,
we'll definitely have to mute out a few things, but that's what live TV's all about.
Okay, well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in here to VTV Channel 6, where the Altamont Longhorns hosted the Monticello Buckaroos, losing 35-13, but turning on in the second half. Mark Mason with you and Brian Nielsen. Have a good night, folks.
VTV Channel 6. Live high school football coverage. Presented by L&L Motor. Ashley Regional. The Advisor Group. Moon Lake Electric. Pilot Logistics. And Strata Networks.